to Auckland.
Spida Hunter from ehpfitness.com. He knows a bit about fitness.
It's the sounds of Shapeshifter there. It can only mean that it's time for some Spida Hunter action from ehpfitness.com. Spida Hunter, one word, on Twitter as well. Spida, good morning.
What in a Wammo?
Joining us, of course, once again from his gymnasium, where it's like it is, I think, in most of the country, the sun is not streaming through those windows this morning, I can see.
No, mate, there's no sun today. The big sun thing is hiding away somewhere.
But today you look like you're sitting on a globe, a sun-like globe, are you not?
I am sitting on an expensive, not something expensive, a Swiss ball, mate, which is a oversized pink globe.
I've always wanted a Swiss ball, but I've never got round to getting one. I really want one just to sit on in the office. I can't really sit on one in the studio because the benches in here are too high. But I'd love to sit in front of my computer in the office on a Swiss ball.
This is my chair actually for my office behind. Well, you can't see it, but yeah, it's my chair that I sit on. So it's a good versatile, good thing for the gym and for a chair.
Yeah, I mean, is it because I'm told that it's good for for your lumbar?
Your lower lumbar spot, yeah, it's the lower back and the abdominals. There's stabilization, or basically you have to stable yourself on it, be stable, and that activates the inner musculature of the abdominals, mate, big bad abs.
Which is something we're going to get onto very shortly. I should remind anyone, if you're listening right now, you can watch the live video stream at kiwifm.co.nz. Click on the front page there, and you'll be able to see what Spida Hunter's doing, but otherwise he is going to describe it for you as well. Abs, bro.
Abs, mate. Big bad abs. The love-hate relationship of abs. So basically with abs, everyone has a definition of abdominals or what they perceive to be abdominals. So I think, and really what needs to be done is that needs to be addressed first up. So if we have a look at it, basically you've got the visual impact of your abdominals, so what you can see, this kind of 6-pack, 8-pack abs, and then you've got their functionality, which is what their role is in the human body, and this is where it gets all a bit contorted and messed up, because most people are just after the visual impact of, beach abs.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole look thing. So what is their functionality then?
Basically, well, you've got a couple of things. You've got the internal abdominals. They're there to stabilize and brace you. So if you think the easy way that I explain it is if you're busting to go to the toilet and have wheeze and you got to squeeze your abdominals, or you kind of tighten up, cross your legs, do what you need to do to hold the wheeze in, that's basically a form of you working your internal abdominals, because they're squeezing against bladder and internal muscles and organs to contract. So they're there to brace you and hold you in nice good posture, and that's all the internal abdominals, the stuff that we actually don't see.
Yeah.
They're there to help you make you stand upright, correct posture, and they're the ones that most people, you get two schools with it. You get the bodybuilder types that don't worry about them, or the weightlifting types that don't worry about them, and then you get the hardcore core people that think that it's the be-all and end-all of the world. Now, so I think there has to be a meshing of the both.
Some people talk about abs as being like your core or something, or I don't know if it's more spiritual or physical, but they talk about the core.
Yeah, that's the kind of cool, trendy word to use. Is I need to strengthen up my core, and as a general rule, 99% of the population need to strengthen their core, especially the non-athletic market. Purely because of the fact that when you're sitting at a computer all day, I mean, for those that can see me, you're sitting at a computer, you're in a squatted position for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours of the day. You round your shoulders, your lower lumbar kind of gets all bent out of shape, so you're kind of in a real hunched over Frankenstein type of position.
That's me, yeah.
Well, that's actually most of us. By the end of the day, there ain't too many people that are going to be all nice and tall and erect and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So we need to, that is basically, it depends who you're talking to with core. My definition of core is obviously the abdominals, the lower lumbar, which is your back, your shoulder blades and your neck, So I've got my definition of the core is from the hips,
Yep.
hips to the bottom of your chest, and then the shoulder blades and your neck, because they all function as one. That's the part that people miss too, because they only focus on what they can see.
Okay, so does it matter what the motivation is to sort out your abs, whether or not it is for that, you know, for that sorting out that your strength and core, or the look? Does it matter what the motivation is?
Well, it does. If you take anything to the extreme, it does. Like, for example, most guys that do bodybuilding type programs, they will sit on machines and work out, and then they'll go and do crunchies and stuff. Crunchies, which is a Swiss, on a Swiss ball or on the floor, and you're doing this sort of exercise, which is bringing your chest to your stomach. But that's a visual impact too, that exercise, or it's meant to be for more visual.
Okay.
And therefore when they go to function in life, they're all like Frankenstein looking, they're not stand up, they're all bent over, and they get lower back pain, and they're like, oh, my back is so sore, but they have these six-pack abs, so it's kind of, I don't know, defeats the purpose of it, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
But then I'm an odd ball.
Well, you're sitting on a ball. Okay, well, let's run through some ab exercises then.
So if we start from functionality first, because that's a bit more me, you're going to get really good ab development from lifting heavy weights, so your deadlifts, your squats, even something like a chin-up is going to develop your abs, even though they're not directly related to the abs, because the muscles, the entire body's working, the abdominals have to brace to perform those exercises. So a simple exercise is just standing here and you're nice and tall. If you just squeeze your abdominals, that's called a brace. So squeeze them, tighten them up as if you're stopping yourself from going to the toilet.
Yep.
And you squeeze them. If you just do that, even if you're doing it Wammo seated or someone's in the car
Yep.
doing it, you can just squeeze your abs. That's an abdominal exercise right there. Now you're working your abs.
Oh, my, and I can't
And you can try. Now, look at that. Ripped abs. So there you go. You don't need to join a gym. You've just got one of the better ab exercises to do.
You can do that anywhere.
Anywhere, anytime, brother. That's the one that I teach people to do when they're performing exercises, is to tighten up that region. And what that does is create a nice, strong and stable base for the person performing the exercise. So they actually get, even if they're working their chest, if you brace the abdominals or squeeze the abdominals or tighten them, squeeze them in or squeeze them out, it doesn't matter. You're going to work a more entirety of your body than just, say, your chest musculature.
Yeah.
So ab exercises let's go with this little wee wheelie thing here.
Now, what is that? How does that work?
This is an ab wheel.
Oh, this is like one of those things you get on an infomercial.
Nah, well, this, mate, it cost me $3.
Okay, so this
is from a second-hand shop.
So just describe it as a wheel with a couple of handles.
It's a wheel with a handle on it.
Right. Okay.
And I'm gripping it right now, so it's a wheel with a handle on it, and you just extend out and then back up again. So you take the wheel away from you and you push your hips forward, and you feel a big stretch through the abdominals, squeeze the abs, and then back again with the wheel. It's going to be a little bit hard to visualize for those that have never seen it, but it's basically just a wheel with handles, and you extend out, in and out, and you're going to get shoulder development and big bad abs.
So you're extending it out in front of you.
In front of you.
And it almost...
There's a power... Sorry?
And you don't touch the ground. The only thing touching the ground is the wheel and your feet.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you can be on your knees to do it, or you can do the advanced version, which is what you said, on your feet, and then you extend out, and back again with the wheel.
It's almost like you're floating.
It's a little bit harder than floating, my man.
Okay, so that's using a very cheap tool. You say only about $3 that cost you.
Yeah, I found this for $3, mate. Here we go. There's price tag still on it. $3.99.
Oh, always got to add the cents. And does that tool also help you do the exercise, more correctly, because there's not much that can sort of go wrong?
It does teach you pretty quickly how to do it correctly, because of the fact that it's quite a difficult exercise, and there's lots of variations to make sure that everyone can succeed at it. Probably the biggest learning tool with that, with the wheel, is to push your hips forward and not leave your bum behind you.
Yeah. Okay, and just very quickly, what about the classic sit-up? I mean, what is that something you should do?
There's two schools. Man, I say do it. I just say don't do it as the staple of your program. So do the old good old faithful crunchies, but don't think it's going to be your saviour to your abs, because at the end of the day, I need to make the statement: abs are made in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, abs are made in the kitchen with what you eat. So
yeah.
But basically, the old good old faithful crunchie on the Swiss ball or on a carpet on the floor. And you're coming up and you're crunching, bringing your chin to your chest, and then your chest you want to try and curve yourself in and out, that away.